Oh my.
Hello and good afternoon or good morning. We're out still morning, but welcome to the show. Jared, I'm excited to have our conversation today, mainly because it's been a hot topic already and it's only Wednesday. But Jared, how's everything going for you? What have you been seeing that's trending in this industry?
Yeah, it's been a fun week.
Yeah.
And I can sense, we get so many calls and people call on their situation at the moment, right? And that can be a variety of things from being double brokered to fraud to, even just slowing down when it comes to, hey, I'm struggling building credit right now. I'm fairly new. So, we've covered a lot of subjects already and it's only Wednesday.
I know,
right?
For sure.
So, you have no idea how excited I am for today. Obviously we're talking about fraud, double brokering. We're talking about some really important stuff that's going on right now and hopefully how eCarrierCheck can do it.
Yeah, for sure. And everyone that's new here today, and thanks for everyone being on, eCarrierCheck was built by a professional like yourself. Jared used to broker, so this is going to hit home for him. He's seen, brokering in his time or double brokering and some fraud during his time brokering. So this is a really good topic. I'm excited. I got some new things I want to show everyone.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and just dive deep into it.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
So our wonderful development team, shout out to you guys. They just got done updating and finishing our new site. So for those of you that are on today, go to eCarrierCheck.com and go check out the new site we got built. Some pretty cool animation here. Look at that. So it's beautiful how they put it together. I'll scroll down here, but there's some things that I'll touch base on. But
yeah, I've always been a big fan of. Let's really quick. I've always said, the reason why we started the YouTube channel is we wanted to provide as much free content as possible without being on our website. Right. And that can be from topics to having, professional industry professionals on.
Right.
And now the challenge was, hey, how do we get our site not only more usable for the people? I'm just talking eCarrierCheck.com. I'm not talking about the internal guts of the dashboard and all that stuff. Now our guys are saying we can provide even more value for free than ever before.
Right.
And I know you're going to show this here, but I'm super excited because our ultimate goal is how do we help and provide you guys to make maybe better decisions? But how do we give away a little bit more to help people out?
Right. So yeah, let's show them this. This is something we just added today, this morning. You will now have that ability to start vetting carriers for free as long as you go to eCarrierCheck.com. And you can see I already started running a couple of searches this morning just because I was very entertained and all the data we provide and show it's amazing. So just to give you guys a quick example, type in the MCDOT there for that carrier, right? You can simply run your search and boom. As for this specific example, you can see how this was transferred. This company was actually transferred to this company here. So this is a very interesting example. Yeah,
this is kind of interesting to see. You just typed in an MC, right? Or is it a DOT or is it MC?
It was a MC,
right?
MC.
So you typed in this number. Our system goes back and looks at, everything. We want to know. There's so much that goes into our risk radar, right? And why not just make this? Why not make it free?
Right.
Here you go. Should you be hiring this guy? Here's this, right? Now, is our risk radar the end all be all? You still have to do due diligence.
100%.
Right?
100%.
But something that's really interesting that you don't see out there, go back out real quick, just because I think this is interesting, is the fact that this has been transferred before. I think something that we're seeing, in that double broker space is, people are going, okay, this guy's out of business. He shows an inspection, right? It used to be, well, do they have inspections? If they don't have any inspections, don't hire them. Right. Now, what they're doing is going out and finding inactive MCs that they can actually purchase that show inspections. And our site takes the time to go back and see who it's been transferred to.
Right.
This is insane to me. And this is free.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. So we're going to help you with that. We're going to talk about due diligence here in a little bit and what else you can be looking at or doing to protect yourself. But this is insane. So click through this real quick and walk us through it.
Yeah. So as I clicked on the company that I was transferred to, so you can see here, Logistics Holdings LLC out of Chattanooga, right? And then this will just go into depth, like Jared was saying, is we'll show you our risk radar. But remember, there's more to it than just looking at this piece. But we want to at least show you, as you start sourcing or as you start, carriers are calling in from the load board, start vetting them here.
Yeah, go to eCarrierCheck.com.
Exactly.
It's free.
They're active authority, right? We've got to make sure they're active. They're high risk, but you can see how many trucks they have, trailers, etc. Looks like they have, authority transfers from, right? So we're going to give you those details. Right.
I love that this shows who it used to be,
right,
and what's going on. So if I wanted to click that and go to view similar carriers, what is it? Does it give me the ability to do that? Or?
Nope, you don't have that. Oh, it'll take you to our dashboard.
Okay.
So there are certain
at that point you need to sign up.
Yep. At this point you will need to sign up to see a little bit more, but essentially you will have a good vetting process by using our freemium.
Right. I love that. A little freemium action. Giving a little love away.
And this is our, this isn't going to cure double brokering overnight.
No.
This is going to help you vet and help you understand what you should be looking for. And so that's it there. And then a couple of things that we've added here. You have a login button. So for those that are using the site, there's a login. We still have our dashboard. You can still, sign up here, view the pricing. I love this part. We are back with live demos.
We are back with
every Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Come over here. You can either sign up for a demo or have a demo that's recorded sent to you. But I'd love for you guys to sign up and meet with me every Monday. I'd love to see your faces. So
yeah, I like the personal touch of a demo. You know what I mean?
It's important.
It's fun to just have a chat with people,
hear their story,
and hear where they're at. Hear where they're at. Right? Yeah. We're trying to impact people one load at a time. Obviously now with the risk radar for free, and being able to look up carriers just right here, and brokers for that matter. I believe you can look up both right there. So go ahead.
So let's this is the site, like I said, check out eCarrierCheck.com, but let's go ahead and jump into how do we start avoiding that fraud and double brokering into more depth here. Because like I said, we are insane when it comes to this. So I'm going to share my dashboard here.
They can't have mine, golly.
They can't have mine. Hey man, good to see you, Tiger.
Hey, where you at, man? Where you at? I always love to hear where you're at.
Yeah. So let's dive deep here. I got to turn on my settings here so that way Google, YouTube don't get mad at me here. So what you could start doing is think of it this way: carriers are calling on your load, Jared. What are a couple things people need to start doing today? Is obviously get on eCarrierCheck. When carriers start calling in, it's important to start either putting in their MC DOT number. So let's run that quick example we did earlier. I'm going to pretend that this carrier called in on my load. I want to go through the process of vetting him. Let's search him. Boom, here we are. Now, a couple of things we're going to show you right away here is obviously, remember, that's that transfer. We're going to show you this is transferred.
Yep.
Right, here's that company now. As you can see, they went from 90 power units to 1. So they must have sold some of their units.
Interesting.
Right.
Right.
There's their high risk authority, right? And then here's an interesting thing that I understand we blurred out for protection, but we will show you emails and phone numbers. And this is a good place to start because if a carrier is calling in on a number that's different than we show, or maybe it's a different email they provide, that's kind of a red flag almost in a way. You need to start asking the right questions, or maybe call this number we have on eCarrierCheck and be like, hey, I want to make sure that you guys called it on this load. I want to make sure no one's stealing your MC.
Yeah. And I'll give you an example of somebody we talked to this week about a situation that happened. And in here, I believe it just said, and we're going to say the name of it, let's just say, oh, you're in Arkansas. You're always in Arkansas. You better stop at the diamond mine, for the love of God. But, let's just say PB&J. Is that what it says? I can't even see anymore. PB&J. Good God. You got to zoom it in.
There we go.
PBSJ.
Close enough.
Okay. It was PB&J.
Yeah.
Let's just say, for the sake of the conversation, it's PB&J. Okay. And it's PB&J Logistics Holding at hotmail.com. That's what's on here. Right. the brokers that I was talking to this week, they got an email from PB&J at Gmail.
Yeah.
We've even seen it PB&J1 at Gmail, right?
Mhm.
So our risk radar is important. Absolutely. We're going to tell you real quick, is this good, bad, or indifferent?
Right.
But it's not the final decision. You need to be looking at their emails they're emailing in, from their phone numbers. This guy essentially replicated the carrier, right? He said, hey, this is who I am. And that can be done a couple different ways. Maybe you call the insurance company when they send you an insurance certificate. I've even seen it down to the fact where they have a VoIP phone number, a VoIP phone number set up, and that phone number is just going to somebody that they know. Hey, is this a real insurance certificate?
Yeah.
Right? Google the insurance company and look up who they are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And
we're in a dirty world.
Yes, we are. And I think people are missing these steps that we're talking about here because it's still happening. And this is why eCarrierCheck is so beautiful, because one, obviously you vet your carriers, but two, the way to stop this is start building those relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a shipper, in Tennessee, and start calling some carriers in that area and build that relationship with them. You have the freedom to build your list on here and start calling those carriers, and the ones that that look trustworthy, start calling. Like, you can prevent this for sure.
Well, let's be honest. All double brokering not all. Maybe I'm going to say 99%.
Yeah, 99
is coming from people scouring ports. Right.
For sure.
It's not from you calling and building relationships.
Mm-hmm.
We're at a point where it's dirty enough to fight double brokering. The campaign needs to be, let's pick this up. Quit digitizing things. Quit, all these emails and all this. Oh, I need to be able to click, point, and go. Because of the craziness of what's going on right now, you've got to get better at picking this up.
Yeah.
And you've got to take those extra steps to protect yourself.
Right. And we have to be better with taking a step back and realizing, PB&J1 at Gmail is different than the email provided. Right. So we got to take it slow, really read thoroughly what we're looking at.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I even saw the other day a guy mention this online. I won't reference him just because I think this was more of a personal conversation than anything. But he said, hey, I'm actually getting, before I'll book a load with somebody. If I'm in that position where I had to take just a random carrier, I'll book the load. I won't actually tell them the pickup number until they get to that shipper. And that shipper has been able to verify what the carrier is that's coming in, right? Yeah. The other side of this is, why not just get a driver's license of the driver, right? Or set up macro point and making sure, or, a tracing, solution that's out there, and making sure that, all of your steps are covered, right? This is a good way. What if I do change my email address? How do I change it on your site?
That's a great question.
This is a good question. Because of how we pull, Brian, our data in from the FMCSA, you would have to go actually in and change it in the FMCSA and let them know there. Something that we're doing, down the road here a little bit is a scraping function. But right now, our site, our data, it's going to come from the FMCSA. And we do see email address update changes.
Yep.
We see them fairly often, actually, in the new data that comes through. We got that. So great question.
For sure.
Something that you could do if you wanted to go leave a review on yourself, Brian.
Yeah.
Go leave a review on yourself in our database, and actually just say, hey, I just want to let everybody know my email is this, and then we'll see that in the kudos report with that carrier. So that's some of that community sourcing.
Yep.
So that could be something that you might, hey, just so you guys know, here's my email address, and you can put that in the kudos, and we publish that, and it'd be on your profile right there. So something to take into consideration. Love that opportunity.
That's a great question. So that's a good part of the our updates and how we update. A couple things too that we now have updated as well. Our authority and our risk is now updated daily. It was updated monthly and then weekly. Now it's daily. So I wanted to make sure I got that off my plate so everyone kind of understood that. That was some big changes we had. So a couple big changes we had this week, right? New directory website, right? You can freemium vet your carriers for free now. Obviously, our daily monitoring, our risk profile, now updated daily as well. So
yeah,
really good.
I'm
things.
super excited. I mean,
Yeah.
go back to the freemium site real quick, just so people can take a look. If you log out and just go into eCarrierCheck, I think this tells our story a little better, so that people can take a look at it and see. I do like that visual effect there. But just throwing in some MCs real quick. I think it's really unique to be able to just look up and anybody can go look up. I think this is important to understand. Trevor's got a weird sense of humor. But I find this very entertaining. Something to could you go on Safer and look? Sure. I think what's really important is that you're going through our straw, right?
I think so.
We built a really interesting straw that measures. Just read that. Generated over 40 critical metrics, updated daily. We have a really interesting way of looking at carriers and saying, they've got some other issues, right? And we're always trying to make it look better as well, right? Yep. Something that Trevor mentioned earlier this week, our programmers has said, hey, we should start to look at, their phone numbers. Are they VoIP phone numbers? Are they, that may be something that we need to look at, right? Yeah. You can just kind of make phone numbers go away and come and go real quick. I can get a phone number by the end of the show for $1.
Right. I just think the day's moving so fast and people kind of skip over that stuff, right? They're just so happy someone's calling in and let's get this thing picked up.
Absolutely.
Alejandro, what's up, brother? Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
it is beautiful. For being there. Yeah. It is beautiful, man. So yeah, there's a couple things that I wanted to get off the plate there. One thing too, we talk about daily monitoring. So this will actually be pushed and ready to go next week. So for those of you that are currently signed up, make sure you head over to your settings tab and make sure you head into your monitor settings and set your settings. Okay. So as of next week, you will start getting emails, all those carriers that you do are keeping an eye on, and I'll show you how to do that here. But remember, go to your settings, your monitoring settings, and then pick and choose which one you want to monitor and get emails, right? You want to get updates. This is going to help you, get notified of inactive authority, or maybe if a business got transferred, like you just looked.
Yeah.
So lots of things here to kind of go through, right? But it's there for you to get it set up. And if you need any help, let us know.
Yeah. I like this side of it. Obviously, keeping track of did they have a crash, or are they out of service, or how safe are the people that I'm hiring, and you can go in to our site and actually just simply put in all the carriers you're working with. Yep. It's actually really simple to do. It's just a comma separated. Yep. Go out to your TMS, pull in all those MCs or DOTs, and literally you can just make a list. It's that simple. Right. You can just quick import MCs, quick import DOTs, whatever you want.
Yep. And here's what I'm talking about, the little I. So these are all the carriers that I'm watching, and that's where I'll get all the updates from.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This is a nice feature, just for the sake of going through that document, and making sure that people are aware of what's going on.
Right. Definitely. And if those of you that are here, if you have any questions, let us know. Like I said, we are going to be going back to live demos every Monday for 6 p.m. Eastern. So that could be a good time for us to kind of get together, talk more about the site as well. Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I love this. To the development team, you guys have taken a lot of time to get this done. Something else to point out, for anybody that's watching, that has interest in being able to stay in one platform, but utilize our services, is we have now updated us to the point. Can you go back out to the premium site?
Yep, I know what you're talking about here.
And there we are, right? We have this new API functionality to be able to hook into people's TMSs, hook into people's insurance, factoring. Yep. There's a lot of different people that have reached out to us and said, how do we pull in together, right? Yep. So if you are a user of eCarrierCheck and want to be, somehow connected to your TMS, it works better for you to reach out to your TMS and say, hey, have eCarrierCheck, right?
Yep.
We're a small team, but we punch above our weight.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so active, but I haven't run under it since November. Does that make me look bad on your site? That's a good question, actually. Probably. That's an interesting question. we can run the MC and take a look at it if you'd like. But with no inspections underneath it, it'll give that variance where it's like, what's this guy doing? And so there could be that side of things. This is why I say, the risk radar is not the final decision, right? It's going to start your decision saying, well, okay, this guy doesn't show any inspections. What's going on with him, right? So something to kind of keep in mind. Again, the risk radar is not all of your due diligence, right? That's really important for everybody to understand. Yes, it's free risk radar. Yes, it'll tell you all about these carriers. If they've transferred authority, it'll tell you all kinds of stuff. But something that's just a part of making some of these decisions.
Right. And I think, Tire Killer, that's why, brokers should be picking up the phone and asking you the right questions, maybe get your story and why you haven't been running since November, right? So I feel like there's a phone call I can take to kind of clear this up.
Right. The other part of, would you use the guy named Brian or would you use a guy named Tire Killer? It's up to you, man. Now I'd hire you. You're a step deck guy. You love the friggin' I-29 corridor or 35. You kind of keep going up and down. I'm a big fan of you. Let's take a look at you and we'll show what it's there. 1158951. So let's pop out and take a look at this. This is good stuff right here. You know what I mean? Yeah, low risk, active. It is Tire Killer Transportation, though.
I love that. Yeah.
I'm a big fan. You actually look fine in our world. So we did that on purpose, actually, Brian, hoping that you would do this. I'm just kidding with you. I just wanted to screw with you. It's Wednesday. Come on.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
And you live in Fort Smith. For the love of God, why haven't you gone to the diamond mine in the last 6 months? I don't know what you're doing. Let's go dig for some diamonds. I'd like to go with you.
Yeah, I think it's
dig around the dirt.
Long time coming.
I would agree. Yeah.
So,
or if you'd ever get to Scottsbluff, Gearing, Nebraska, you can come in and we'll take you out for a beer. That'd be kind of fun too.
I enjoy that.
Yeah,
definitely. So, Jared, that's kind of what I had planned for today on my plate. You guys, thank you for being here. I see about 14 people here. Thank you so much. Like I said, yes, he's laughing. Sign up for a demo every Monday night, right? If not, ask for a recorded demo. We'll send you that. If not, give us a call. We want to hear your story. We want to hear how we can help you not only protect your business, but grow your business.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good conversation hey, here's a free risk radar.
Yep.
It's just one of those things in your pie that you need to make sure you're going through. Exactly. Check those emails, check those phone numbers, check those, have those conversations. But at the end of the day, a lot of those calls are coming in from a habit of being built on going to load boards. Really at eCarrierCheck, our goal is to help you find relationships, whether it may be a shipper, a broker, a carrier, and we're going to help you out there.
Yeah, take control of your company.
Yep, take control of your future.
You guys, well, thank you for your time. We will be back Friday with Shaggy.
Woo!
We're going to talk about some carrier stuff and just some challenges that they're facing. So tune in Friday. Hope to see you guys there.
I love it.
Yeah, see you guys.